Hello students, in today's class we are going to learn about linear equations in two variables. Linear equations are not new to you. You have learnt about linear equations last year also. Okay, but this year we are going to learn them in details. Okay, so let's just get started with what is linear equations. Let's just revise. An equation in two variables with degree of the variables 1 is called a linear equation in two variables, and two examples of it are also given here. 5x plus 3y is equal to 9 and 3x minus 5y is equal to 2. Now the word linear means a line. So if you try to draw graph of these two equations, we will be getting a line. Last year we have also learned how to draw a graph. This year definitely we are going to learn one more method to solve simultaneous equations, and that is the graphical method. Okay, so that time you will see that the graph of a linear equation is always a straight line. That's why they are called as linear. Now what does this linear word mean? That the degree or the power of both the variable of always has to be 1. It cannot be 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now the second lesson that we are going to learn is on quadratic equations. So if the degree is 2, the equation is called as quadratic. If the degree is 1, it is called as linear. And if the degree is 3, it is called as cubic equation. Okay, so let's just get started and try to understand what are linear equations. We have been given few more equations here, and we just have to decide whether they are linear or no. Is the equation linear equation in two variables? That we have to find out, and if not, just short reason is given over there. 4m plus 3n is equal to 12. So you just have to check whether there are two variables. Yes, m and n, two different variables are there. Also the power is 1. So they are the linear equations in two variables. Here, if you see, the degree is 2. The degree is 2 in this case. So this cannot be a linear equation. It is a quadratic equation. So the second one is not a linear equation because degree of the variable here is 2. Degree is 2. Now in the third case, if you see, the variables are having degree 1. Okay, x and y both are having degree 1, but what about their coefficients? Coefficients are not integers. Okay, they are irrational numbers, but still, coefficient can be irrational numbers. That is not a problem. We are concerned with the variables. Variables are 2 and variables are having degree 1. So this one is also a linear equation. Yes, two variables each with degree 1. Now in this case, if you see, there is a 0 into x, means the term with x is going to vanish. There is no term with x. So we are only left with 6y minus 3 is equal to 0. So of course that is not going, it is of course a linear equation. 6y minus 3 is equal to 0 is a linear equation, but it is not linear equation in two variables because there will be only one variable left, y. Okay. So it's not a linear, only one variable is there. So it is not a linear equation. It is a linear equation, but not in two variables. In one variable it is. Okay. This one also. Okay. It is a linear equation because the y term is getting cancelled. But it is not a linear equation in two variables. It is a linear equation in one variable. Now next one. Here 1 upon x. 1 upon x means x raised to minus 1. So here the degree is not 1. Therefore this is not a linear equation. Now here xy is there, xy. So 1 means the degree of this part becomes 2. Okay, so this again is not a linear equation. So by now I hope it is very clear to you what are linear and what are not. Okay. Simultaneous linear equations. Two linear equations involving two variables taken together form a system of simultaneous linear equations. So just two linear equations, when they are taken together, 1 and 2, they form a system, and that system is called as simultaneous equations. And there are various methods in which we can solve these simultaneous equations. Two methods you have already learned. Okay, the method of elimination by equating the coefficient, and the method of elimination by substitution. These two methods you have already learned in 9th standard. The second method I am not going to use. I have not used it. If you prefer second method, I don't mind you doing it, but I have not used it. Okay, and I'll not be teaching this also, because I want to focus on this method, elimination by equating coefficients. Okay, third and fourth, graphical method and Cramer's rule. These are two new methods, so you have to learn these two very carefully, because a lot of questions are asked on these two methods. Okay, now in the exam, if they don't specify anything and they just say solve the following simultaneous equations, then you are free to use whatever method you like to solve those two simultaneous equations. But if they don't, if they specifically tell you solve the equations by Cramer's rule, then you have to use that method only, or use graphical method to solve these, then use that method only. If you use any other method apart from that, you will not get any marks. Okay, now let us start with practice set 1.1. Now this is an activity. Now like this kind of activity based questions are definitely there in your new paper pattern. Okay, so over here you have to write the exact number that is going to come in the box. Okay, each box. Now for there will be 2 marks questions and there will be 3 marks questions. For 2 marks you will have 4 empty boxes, and for 3 marks you will have 6. Okay, so exact number what is there you have to write in the box. Now solving the simultaneous equations, the method of elimination is what? Apart from x and y, we try to eliminate one of these variables. Okay, now in this case eliminating y is very easy. It is getting eliminated very easily. 3y minus 3y is getting cut. Okay, so what we are doing, add equation 1 and 2. So when we add, 3y minus 3y is getting cut, and 5x plus 2x will become 7x. So you have 7x here, and 9 plus 12 will become 21. So I have 21 here. Okay, now I have 7x is equal to 21, therefore x is equal to 7 will go that side, it becomes division. So I will have 21 divided by 7. 21 divided by 7 is 3. Okay, now place x is equal to 3 in equation number 1. So here in place of x you can put 3. So here I will have 5 into 3 plus 3y is equal to 9. Okay, now 5 3s are 15. So I will have therefore 3y is equal to 9 minus 15. Therefore 3y is equal to 9 minus 15 is minus 6. So that's y is equal to minus 6 upon 3, and therefore y is equal to minus 2. So my solution is x. Now see, your solution set is always xy, always. X, variable x should come first and then y. So 3 minus 2 is my solution set. Okay, so whenever you are given to solve the simultaneous equations, whenever you have a simultaneous equations to solve, first step is to write both the equations and give them number 1 and number 2. Number 1 and number 2. Okay, that's it. Then look, observe those both the equations carefully and see which variable, a or b, which one is easier to get eliminated. Now in this case, b is easier to get eliminated, plus b is there, right? Now you will subtract. Okay, so this plus 5b minus 5b is going to get cancelled, because when you subtract, the signs of the second term gets changed. Okay, so subtracting equation 2 from 1, so we will get 3a plus 5b is equal to 26, and a plus 5b is equal to 22. So signs of the second term will change. 3a minus a will be 2a, and 5b will get cut. Now here you will be left with 4. Therefore a is equal to 4 upon 2, and therefore a is equal to 2 we will get. Now this a is equal to 2, we have to substitute this in any of the two equations. Okay, so substituting a is equal to 2 in equation number 2 now I have said, because equation number 2 looks easier. Even if you substitute it in equation number 1, the answer is going to be same. Okay, So 2 plus 5b is equal to 22. Now that 2 will go that side, it will become 5b is equal to 22 minus 2. And therefore 5b is equal to 20, and therefore b is equal to 20 upon 5, and which is b is equal to 4. So a, b is equal to 2, 4 is the solution. Now this method is going to remain same throughout to solve the simultaneous equations, and this method is called as method of elimination because we are eliminating one of the two variables. Okay, this is the method of elimination. In the second sum, again the first step is as same, number 1 and number 2. This is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Now decide which is getting eliminated. Now directly no variable is getting eliminated. Okay, so here for number 1, this is 3x here and I have x here. So if I multiply here by 3, I will get 3x, right? Then 3x I can subtract and will get cancelled. So I will say multiplying equation number 1 by 3. Okay, so when I multiply equation number 1 by 3, I will get 3x plus 3 7s are 21 plus 30 is equal to 30. Okay, so this is my equation number 3. Now equation number 3 and 1 is actually the same equation, only the thing is I have multiplied it by 3. Now look at 2 and 3. Okay, we will subtract equation number 2 from 3. Let's see what do we get. Subtracting equation number 2 from 3. So 3x plus 2y is equal to 30 minus this equation number 2. Okay, so when you subtract the signs, we will change here. This was plus, this will become minus, minus will become plus, plus will become minus. So 3x minus 3x gets cut. 21y plus 2y, 21 plus 2, 23y is equal to 30 minus 7 is going to be 23. Okay, so now this 23 will go that side, we will get 23 divided by 23. So therefore y is equal to 1. Okay, now substituting y is equal to 1 in equation number 1, we can say. Substituting y is equal to 1 in equation number 1. So you will get x plus 7 into 1 is equal to 10. So therefore x plus 7 is equal to 10. Therefore x is equal to 10 minus 7. 7 goes that side, we become minus. Okay, and therefore x is equal to 3. And therefore xy is equal to 3, 1 is the solution. Now third sum, similar way, equation number 1, 2x minus 3y is equal to 9, and equation number 2, 2x plus y is equal to 13. This is equation number 2. Now see what is easier to get cancelled. 2x, you can see 2x. So when you subtract this 2x is getting cancelled. So see here, you have 13 and you have 9. So we will say subtracting equation number 1 from 2. You do 2 from 1 also is okay. But if you do 2 from 1, then you will get 9 minus 13. So minus sign will come, right? You are subtracting a bigger number from the smaller number, then negative the answer will come in. And generally we don't like negative numbers. So we will prefer subtracting equation number 1 from 2. Okay, that is better. Subtracting equation 1 from 2. So what do we get after subtracting? See here, this was plus, this will become minus, minus will become plus, plus will become minus. Okay, and this 2x minus 2x will get cancelled. Y plus 3y, you have to look at this side now. Y plus 3y is 4y, and 13 minus 9 you will get. Okay, minus plus minus, 2y gets cut. Y plus 3y is 4y, and 13 minus 9 is 4. Therefore y is equal to 1. Now substituting y is equal to 1. Now substituting y is equal to 1 in any of the two equations, equation number 1 or equation number 2. Okay, substituting y is equal to 1 in equation number 2 we will do this time. So that will give me 2x plus 1 is equal to 13. So therefore 2x is equal to 13 minus 1, and 2x is equal to 12. Therefore x is equal to 12 divided by 2, and therefore x is equal to 6, and hence xy is equal to 6, 1 is the solution. Now next sum, two equations are given, number 1 and number 2. This sum is actually for you to do for homework, because it is exactly similar way the first three sums we did. Now here we have phi m and here you have m. So you can see this is easier to get eliminated. The variable m is easier to get eliminated. What you have to do is multiply equation number 2 by phi. Okay, so when I multiply it by phi, what I will get? Phi m minus 6 phi's are 30n is equal to 30n, that is, okay. n is equal to 7 5's are 35 minus 35. I hope you are clear with the signs, what become when it becomes minus, when it is plus. If you don't know that, please revise the rules, because then algebra you cannot do without it. Now this is my third equation and this is my equation number 1. So subtracting now equation number 1 from 3. Okay, so subtract equation number 1 from this. Phi m minus 3n is equal to 19. 1 minute, I will just change that. I wrote m in place of n. That's n. Okay, now when you subtract, the signs change, as I told you, minus, this will become plus, this will become minus. Okay, now phi m minus phi m is getting cancelled. Minus 30 plus 3, different signs we should always subtract and give the sign of the greater number. So that will become minus 27 when we subtract, and sign of the greater number is minus. And here minus minus, similar signs you should always add and give the same sign to the answer. So when you add, you get minus 54. Okay, this was minus 27n. Therefore n is equal to minus 54 upon minus 27, and 27 2's are 54. Therefore, and minus minus becomes plus. I hope you know that. Therefore, n is equal to 2. This is the answer you get. Now, n is equal to 2. You got the value that you have to put in equation number 1 or 2. Okay, and you will get the value of m. Now, your solution set in this case is going to be mn is equal to value of n we got. Value of m you will find. Okay, this is the similar way. This sum number 4 and sum number 5, exactly similar way in what we did so far in first three sums. So I have given for you to do it. Please do it. So answer I have just given there, mn phi 2. Value of n we had got 2. M is coming phi. So you find out how it is coming phi. Okay. And question number 5 also. Okay, only the thing is here number 2 you multiply by phi. Here you have phi x, here you will get phi by multiplying equation number 2 by phi. Okay, and then see how you can do it. Okay, the answer is coming minus 1 1. Let's go to the next one, 6th one. Now here there are fractions. No need to get scared of fractions. Okay, first step as it is, just write down both the equations, number 1 and number 2. Okay, students, when you don't know anything at all, do at least something and keep in the paper, so that somewhere examiner can give half marks. At least write the equations like these and write down multiplying or something, that much at least do it and keep. Now we don't like fractions in the equation. We want to get integers there or whole numbers there, so that it is easier for us to do the operations, right? So in the equation number 1, we want to get rid of this divided by 3, denominator 3, right? 1 upon 3. We want to get rid of that 3 part. So how we can get rid of it? Multiplying equation throughout by 3. When I multiply here by 3, 3 will get cancelled. 3 will get cancelled, and here I will have 3y. In equation number 2, what I have to do? Multiplying throughout by 4, right? Then 4 will get cut, 4 will get cut. Here I will have 4 2s are 8, right? So that's how I can get rid of those fractions part. Multiplying equation number 1 by 3, I will get x. Okay, here 1 upon 3 into 3, that 3 gets cut. So I'm left with x. And here multiply by 3, it becomes 3y. And here 3 gets cut, I'm left with 10. Then equation number 2, I am multiplying it by 4. Okay, so here 4 2s are 8x. This 4 is getting cut, so I am left with y, and this 4 is getting cut when I multiply it by 4. So I am left with 8x plus y is equal to 11. Now both the equations become very simple, right? We will use the same method what we used earlier and solve them. Alright, now see which is getting eliminated. This is x and 8x. So if you want to eliminate x first, you multiply equation throughout by 8. And if you want to eliminate y, you can multiply here by 3. So whichever way you find easy, you can do. So multiplying equation 4 by 3 is done. Okay, that means we are eliminating y first. So when I multiply here by 3, I get 8 3s are 24x plus 3y is equal to 33, right? So that's my equation number 5. 24x plus 3y is equal to 33. Multiplying equation number 4 by 3. Now look at equation number 5 and equation number 3. We will subtract 3 from 5. Okay, and then we can get rid of this y variable and we will get the value of x. Then value of x we will be putting back and we will get the value of variable y again. So subtracting equation number 3 from 5. Okay, this is 3 from 5. Okay, now when you are subtracting, the signs change. This will become minus, this will become minus, this will become minus. 3y will get cut. 24x minus x is 23x and 33 minus 10 is 23. Okay, I hope you are getting me what I am trying to say. When you subtract, the signs change. This become minus, this will become minus, this will become minus. So 3y will get cut. 24x minus x will become 23x is equal to 33 minus 10 is 23. Okay, this is what I was trying to say. Now that's easy. So you get the value of x to be 1, right? 23x is equal to 23 I got. So value of x is equal to 1. Therefore x is equal to 1. 23 divided by 23. Now putting this x is equal to 1 in any of the given equations. Now obviously we will not put in these fractions. Difficult to deal with, right? We have put it in equation number 3. Easier. Okay, so I have put here 1 in place of x. So I get 1 plus 3y is equal to 10. Get that 1 that side. So I get value of y is equal to 3. Therefore xy is equal to 1 3 is the solution. I hope that was clear. Now the next sum we come to is 99x plus 101x is equal to 499 and 101x plus 99y is equal to 501. Now the speciality of this kind of sum is, if you have noted, we will write down the equation number 1 and 2 first. See here, it is interchanged, the coefficient of x and y. What is the coefficient of x here is of y, and what is of y here is of x. So the coefficients have interchanged. Now the method to solve such type of simultaneous equations is this: adding equation 1 and 2 first and then subtracting. The method to solve this type of simultaneous equations is this: adding equation number 1 and 2 first and then subtracting equation 1 and 2. Okay, then you get equation number 3 after adding, and after subtracting you get equation number 4. Those two are simpler ones, and then you deal with those two, solve them, and you get the value of x and y. Okay, that is the method. So first let's do adding equation 1 and 2. We get add them, 99 plus 101, 200x. This side 200y. Okay, this was supposed to be y here by mistake. That's the typing error. This is y here. Okay, 99x plus 101y. Here also that is supposed to be y. (99x plus 101y is equal to 499 and 101x plus 99y is equal to 501. Okay, so this is the x and this is y. You will see the coefficients are interchanged 99, 99, 101, 101. Okay, so first is adding. So 99x plus 101x, 200x, and 101y plus 99y is 200y. And then add this 499 plus 501 is 1000. Now we got these big numbers. Dividing throughout by 200. What do we get? X plus y is equal to 5. Okay. Now subtracting equation 1 from 2. Subtracting equation 1 from 2. Okay. What do we get? 101 minus 99. Subtracting means signs of the second equation change. So I will get 101 minus 99 is 2x minus 2y is equal to 2. So I get x minus y is equal to 1. Now look at equation number 3 and 4. They are so simple. Now I will just say adding equation number 3 and 4, and we will get the value of, see this y will get cut and we will get the value of x. Adding equation 3 and 4. So y gets cut, x plus x is 2x is equal to 6. 5 plus 1 is 6, and therefore x is equal to 3. Now substituting this x is equal to 3 in any of the equation number 3 or 4 you can do. Okay, substituting x is equal to 3 in equation number 3 I have done. So I get y is equal to 5 minus 3 and y is equal to 2. Therefore xy is equal to 3, 2 is the solution. Okay, so I think the method is clear to you. In the next sum also it's the same way. The coefficients are interchanged, 49x, 49y, 57y, 57x. Okay, the coefficients are interchanged. In this case also you have to do adding equation 1 and 2. So when you add equation 1 and 2, you will get 106x minus 106y is equal to 424. Now dividing both sides by 106. Dividing both sides by 106, we get x minus y is equal to 4. Okay. Now subtracting equation 1 from 2. We get signs change and we get 8x plus 8y is equal to 80. Dividing both sides by 8, we get x plus y is equal to 10. So equation number 3 and 4 are the simplified equations. Now adding these equations 3 and 4, you will get x plus x is 2x, y minus y gets cut, 14. Therefore x is equal to 7. Now substituting this x is equal to 7 in equation number 4, y is equal to 3. So x is equal to 7 and y is equal to 3 is the solution. So this was the method of elimination that we use to solve this entire practice set 1. Okay. Now next practice set will be learning the graphical method. I hope this elimination method is clear to you. Thank you so much, students.